Hi, my name is Whitney, and today I'm going to talk to you about genetically modified food. So, it's in the news, there's pro and against, and today we're just going to talk about what it is and some of those pros and cons so that you can have a better understanding and form your own opinion. So, genetically modified food is anything that has been genetically altered, but it is closely related to genetically modified organisms, which are any living organism that possesses a novel combination of genetic material obtained through the use of modern biotechnology. Now, we're not necessarily talking about that today, but just genetically modified food in general. And we've been doing that since we started domesticating animals and plants and started farming. So to give you a good example, I'm going to give you a clip of Bill Nye the Science Guy, the scientist who is going to talk about papayas.
Organically grown papaya, a tropical fruit. This particular one is infected with the very common ring spot virus. Now, people eat papayas like this all the time. This is a papaya that's been genetically modified so that it has a tiny piece of the DNA from that very same ring spot virus embedded in its DNA. It's immune or resistant to ring spot infection. So which one do you want to eat? The natural one with lots of ring spot virus DNA, or the modified one with just a little bit of that very same DNA? It's the classic dilemma of natural versus modified. Is it good versus evil, or is it just another step in the march of agricultural progress?
So as you can see from the clip, that was a fairly harmless example, but it does illustrate that we have figured out how to change food to be immune or resistant to certain diseases or perhaps certain animals, or so that we don't have to use as many pesticides, that sort of thing. So there are definite benefits. With that, we've been able to make a ton more crops because we're not losing them to parasites and things like that. We've been able to change them to be more nutritious, and potentially those two things combined, we've really been able to help with world hunger and things like that, and at a fairly financially sustainable way. So that's good. But at the same time, because we've gotten so good at tinkering with our food, we have been able to do it quicker than, every crop season like we have in the past of mixing different wheats together or peas plants or things like that. So now we can do it in a lab practically overnight, and a lot of people think that we could change something and don't completely know the ramifications of those things, and it could lead to a huge problem that we just don't foresee. With that, we've also been genetically modifying animals and things like that, and that research is slowly linking to cancer and different diseases, possibly obesity. So we just need to be able to understand what we're doing to our food and just the complete picture, good and bad, so that we don't do something that we can't undo, or we hurt our environment or population in the process. So now that you know a little more about genetically modified food and how long we've been doing it and how much it can affect the world, really, hopefully you have a better standing to form your own opinion. Thank you.